You know, life is filled with storms, and we all go through storms in our lives. And there's an interesting story in the Bible about a storm that came up. The disciples went out on a boat on the lake with Jesus, and a big storm came up, and Jesus was asleep, and they awoke him and said, "Lord, we're going to drown. Save us. Please wake up. Help. We need you." I don't know about you, but I felt that way many times when I'm going through storms. The storms sometimes can just feel like you're going to drown. You're going to die in the storm. I'll never forget, I was in Uganda a number of years ago and I was preaching, and my wife and I had left the United States, and she had a dear friend by the name of Karen. And Karen was very sick, very ill. We'd been praying for her, for God to just touch her and bring healing to her. And I was preaching. Oh, it was a great meeting there in Uganda. And I was preaching, and I prayed many times. I could see rain coming. I prayed, and I'd watch God stop the rain. But this one day, God didn't stop the rain. You see, the storm came up right in the middle of my preaching. The rain came down and everyone fled. We fled. My wife and I went to the post office there, and there was a shelter there by the post office, and we stood under the post office shelter and to try to protect ourselves. And I thought, oh, well, I guess that, everything's over. And it was just, I was sad in my heart. And then I received an email and picked up on my phone, and that email said that Karen had passed, that she had stepped into eternity. And oh, my heart was so broken. And it was just like this storm was overwhelming me. The physical storm, a spiritual storm was overwhelming me. And as I sat there thinking, finally the clouds parted, they left, the rain stopped. We made our way back to the field, and I'll never forget, the people just slowly made their way back. And as they came back, oh, I want to tell you what, I continued preaching, and many, many people gave their hearts to Jesus Christ. I learned a great lesson from the Ugandans, and it's this, that the storm will pass. Things will turn around. I know it's been tough. Listen, in the past few months from the time of making this video right now, I lost my brother just a few weeks ago. I lost my sister just a few months ago to COVID. I mean, this has been one terrible storm, but I remembered the lessons I learned in Uganda. This storm will pass. Jesus is there. He's not left. He knows how to calm the storm, and he will calm the storm in your life, just as he did with the disciples. So trust him, believe him, put your faith in him. In the middle of the storm, don't let the storm dictate how you walk, how you live. You look to Jesus, you trust in him. The storm clouds will go away. You'll be able to stand and share Jesus, even as I did in Uganda. So trust Jesus in the middle of the storm, even if the rain doesn't stop like you think it ought to.